what a difference a year makes. This time last year, I was happily travelling around Europe without any restrictions on my movements, and I'm not referring to a time before Brexit. April 2019 found me in the beautiful Central European country of Slovenia, where I took a day trip to its most popular and very pretty resort of Lake Bled. It is estimated that nearly 1 million tourists visit this charming lake district every year, or at least did visit it before COVID-19 came along. Back then, most took a trip out onto the lake in one of these charming wooden boats known as paletnas. Romantic though they appeared to be, at the time I didn't fancy being squashed on board where one barely kept 2 centimetres distance from the next person, let alone 2 metres. But way back then, my concerns with overcrowding in a small confined space was more to do with comfort and nothing to do with coronavirus. Oh, how times have changed. The trip across the water was delightful in itself, not solely because of the more roomy and faster motor vessel I eventually chose to go on, but mainly for the stunning views of Bled Castle and lakeside surrounds. Yet this wasn't just a leisurely trip around the lake. All of us were heading for the tiny and picturesque island of Bled, found in the middle of the lake. Almost every visitor to the resort will visit this island at some point, which was another reason for not taking a paletna to it, avoiding the traffic jam of little boats trying to moor at the bottom of the 99 steps that lead up to the island's iconic Church of the Mother of God. My motorboat moored without any delay around the back. A church has stood on this island for over 1,000 years, but the present one is 17th century, with its distinguished 52-metre high bell tower, which one can climb up, enjoy the panoramic views and mechanisms on display, and then feel rather deflated on the way down, with these ominous quotes along the descent. A far more uplifting experience can be enjoyed inside the church, with its delightful wishing bell. Visitors take it in turns to tug the rope 3 times to ring the bell above and be granted a wish as a result. Evidently, the opportunity to try one's hand at campanology is very popular here indeed. But the act itself is much more difficult than it looks, especially if one tries to do it with one hand whilst trying to film the act with a camera in the other. I'm still waiting for my wish to come true, but if I could do it all again, I'd wish that coronavirus was just a term to describe an insatiable desire for a once popular Mexican pale lager. But maybe there is something in all this, going by the composure of the ticket vendors outside. Surely only divinity could help them endure the constant ringing all day long without going mad. By the way, it would appear that vicars in bikinis are not welcome here. Back on the mainland, there is of course Bled Castle to explore, the present structure dating back to the Middle Ages. Apart from the beautifully preserved 16th century chapel, with its stunning 17th century frescoes, the courtyards, museum, tower gallery, memorial room, castle beehive and various historic displays do little to distract visitors from the breathtaking views over the lake seen from this high vantage point. A far more successful distraction in the area is this fabulous Toboggan Run. Sadly for me though, my attempt to try it out the day I visited was thwarted by bad weather. And sadly for Bled, everyone else's attempts have been put on hold by COVID-19, but hopefully not for too long.